Okay, Titus, part 2, we talked about creating momentum, positive momentum towards the pitcher. Now we're going to show you what position we want you to be in when you do land and your foot first touches the ground. We'll show you a few pros. Here's Carlos Beltran. Toe lands right there. We draw a line from his right eye down. You'll see that his head is perfectly centered between his feet. Very strong position. Back arm above the front arm. It's very important because when he reverses that, he's going to create power right there. It's really above it right there, and then he drives that down, reverses it, and that's one power source. Okay, but anyways, going back, his toe lands. The other thing I want you to notice is a lot of people don't want you wrapping the bat. And wrapping the bat is a bad thing. But you do need to get it more towards a 45, which is not wrapping. We would call that more like tipping, and that's what a lot of these guys do. 90 degrees would be just like this, somewhere in this neighborhood, 90 degrees. But you'll see that these guys have it tipped towards the pitcher, and Beltran's at about 47 degrees. Go to a left-handed hitter or a switch hitter, Chipper Jones. Toe lands right there. We draw the line down from his eye and about dead center of his swing. Back arm above front arm, and the bat on an angle towards the pitcher. He's at about 55 degrees. Let's show Tejada. Miguel Tejada really tipping right here. Good one to show you. He's really showing a hole. If the pitcher was looking, he'd see a hole. That back arm is above that front arm. Then when his toe lands, we draw that line. These guys just naturally or instinctively get to this athletic position like they were guarding somebody in basketball or playing football, playing linebacker in football. And there you go with his bat, back arm still above the front arm, and the bat on an angle of about 47 degrees. Even when we have a hitter that looks a lot different and seemingly hits a lot different than others, like Euclid here, you'll see that he really doesn't. It's crazy here, but when that foot lands, right about somewhere in there, we draw that line, dead between his feet, back arm above front arm, and the bat angled or tipped towards the pitcher. You over here, we take you back, and that toe lands. Let's just go to toe touch there. Toe touch for Titus, and we draw the line straight down, and you can see you're much closer to your right foot. Weight is still back there. You haven't, there's your load, there's your toe touch, you haven't covered any ground, and you're not in as athletic position as these guys are. Okay? And then as far as the bat angle, your bat is hidden back behind your head and your back, so not in a very good position to make an attack at the ball, and not in a very strong position because your back arm is below your front arm, so you can't reverse that and generate power. If we move this along slowly, that back arm never does get above the front arm. Losing a big power source right there. You see Euclid reverses that. That was above, and then early on that back arm drives down and goes below the front arm. So those are the two things in lesson number 2.